Go.
All right, from the top mount, we're going to go ahead and talk about the cross-collar choke. Cross-collar choke is exactly what it sounds, going across the collars with both hands. Now, you might want to set this up going into the grapevine, laying down nice and low. As you deliver strikes, whatever, you're going to go ahead and open up the actual choke by bringing one hand, 4 fingers on the inside, thumb on the outside, opposite side of the collar. The further back, the better, okay? From there, as you do that, grab a hold of that collar, you're going to push up with the forearm against the chin, creating space. You're going to go ahead and shoot the other arm underneath that same fashion, mirror image, 4 fingers on the inside, thumb on the outside. Now all you need to do to finish up the choke is sit up. As you come up from that grapevine position, you're putting pressure on the carotid arteries. From there, to finish up the choke, all you do is drop your elbows downwards, fill the individual taps. 3 to 5 seconds of blood choke, once again, cutting off the carotid arteries. From there, going into the bent arm bar. Bent arm bar, basically you're looking for the setup here where the person giving an average block. You're gonna choose which side to go, you're gonna go ahead and deliver strikes. You're gonna bring one hand, palm, thumbless grip, right on top of the wrist, simultaneously at the elbow. Bam. As you do that, you're gonna drive your body weight downwards, drop the elbow into the elbow notch, placing this arm in a bent-like fashion at 90 degree onto the mat, knuckles to the ground. From there, you place your head there to keep your arm down if you want to. What you can do now is take this hand that's on the elbow, off the elbow, come underneath the elbow break, secure your own wrist. As you grab your own wrist there, creating a figure 4, you'll rotate your knuckles forward, away from you, okay? You're gonna bring this elbow, that you're posted on now, in towards the body, creating a nice tight grip-like effect. It doesn't take much more from there afterwards. You simply just bring it down slightly, the person taps out, or if you don't have a tight enough grip, you have to lift the elbow for the submission, keeping that hand to the ground, right? Now going into the top mount again, into straight arm bar. Straight arm bar, basically sitting up from the grapevine position, guy pushes you up, get a breath of air, straight arm's broken arm, okay? What you need to do is trap that same side arm, bring that same side arm over, perpendicular to the face, opposite one underneath, creating a T on top of the chest. From there, you're gonna pop up to the balls of your feet. You're gonna make sure your knees pass that arm that you're trapped. You're gonna bring this same side leg up and over the head, and place it into the elbow notch. From there, sit down, and come back like this. Kind of give the guy a chance and advantage. If you really want to rip his arm off, just keep it holding. But since you're training, don't do that. Just kind of drop back, come back in, re-engage the arm, pulling it off the ground, elongating the muscles once again, the tendons. All you need to do is squeeze together the knees, make sure your ankles are tight against the body, and work backwards. You're putting the submission now on the elbow itself. If you're too far out and you're loose, you're going to create neck butter all day long. It's a bad thing for you, but you probably work the shoulder instead. So nice and tight at the knees, nice and tight against the ankles there, against the body. Squeeze the arm across the chest until he submits out for the tap. From that particular series, one more thing we're going into is the straight arm bar from the guard. Okay? He has both hands, his way set up on top of the chest itself. You can decide which way you want to go. Now for a working fashion, what I'm going to do here is probably going to attack this arm right here. So I'm going to go ahead and put my hand on his wrist, secure the arm as I turn a little bit and mess around with it. It opens up a gap in space between me and his hip on this side. I'm going to bring my hand downwards, slide it underneath my ass and underneath his hip. Right there, I'm going to bring my hand on the opposite side of his thigh. I'm going to bring my ear by doing an arm curl right next to his knee. From there, with that same fashion, that same momentum, spin my leg up and around and place it on the side of his neck. Now if you want to, you can go ahead and bring your hips skyward, a little higher, to get a nice deep bite on the body itself. Your ankles, you want to annotate them down to the ground, placing pressure on the body, holding it down. From there, the hand is here, holding the thigh, abandon that, bring it back into the wrist. The submission here, once again, is in the actual elbow. All you need to do is bring this hip 45 degrees, so you're keeping this body downwards, in for the submission. Now, if he's big and he's round, he falls over, but you try to do that or he escapes out, falls to his back, it's fine. He sits up for the straight arm bar again. Hold that nice and tight. Right back down, in for that submission with the straight arm bar. That's your series of the submissions for level 1. Have a good day.